What's up, guys? You're welcome to David Data Channel once again, where we talk about data science, productivity, and faith. If this is your first time, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, as it goes a long way in helping us put more content like this for you. Alright, so in today's video, we're continuing on the SQL Intermediate tutorial series. We just finished the beginner series. If you've not seen it, you can check the playlist in the link above and link in the description below. And in this video, I'm just going to be walking us through on what we'll be doing in the intermediate and the advanced, and yeah, that sort of a thing. And then we just cover one of it this in this video. So for the intermediate, we're looking at having statements, using the having clause, the key statements, joins, inner joins, outer joins, left joins, full outer joins, union joins on multiple keys, self joins. On advanced, we're looking at date types, data wrangling with SQL, string functions, window functions, CTEs, and then temporary tables. And then we'll just find a project for us to work on. Yeah, so we can put these skills we've learned to use, right? Because at the end of the day, the purpose is for us to learn how to wrangle data with SQL, because we'll always be working with data in the database, and often like 90, no, not 90, maybe 70% of all the data stored in databases are SQL databases. And even when they are not in SQL databases, let's say a MongoDB, for example, you often times would stream it into a data warehouse like BigQuery that uses SQL, and so you still have to work with SQL, right? Really. So yeah. Okay, so there's something I need to point out here. So if you are learning SQL using Postgres right now, and I'm using MySQL, you don't need to shift to MySQL. You can practice the same thing with Postgres. You can practice the same thing with SQL Server. It's just that fundamentally they are the same rather, but just that you may have some syntax differences, some little syntax differences here and there, which are not so much. So if, for example, I'm using a limit statement here and I'm using a SQL Server, for the limit you'd be using a top, like select top star, select top 5, while here it will be like limit is after down, like after your from statement and all that. So these are like some small syntax statements. So my point is, you really don't have to try to learn Postgres and SQLite and SQL Server, MySQL and Pop SQL and BigQuery. Like if you can just understand one of them, understand SQL using one of them, it's just a matter of going to read documentation of that particular platform and then sort yourself out. Yeah. So I'll just take off my face now from the screen. Yeah. So I just want to also note this for us: SQL query clause order. So the order for SQL query clause is that every SQL statement starts with a select statement. Right? After your select statement, that you're selecting the table or aggregate functions you want to do, whatever it is you want, where it's coming in from, the table is coming in from, your where is your filter, group by is your aggregation, you group a certain column based on, you group your tables based on certain columns, and then you're having, which is also a filter, having when you've actually grouped by, and then your order by for sorting. Yeah. So if you don't understand some of these things, you can check the beginners video. We had featured some of it here. So I'm just going to pull up one of those things we have here. Okay, so let's do this. All right. So we said select date given, select stars given, from projects or third data, group by date given, order by given, descending order. Yeah. So in this query, so like this, we explained how we did this in like the last video, so you could check it up. So in this query, we're selecting the date given, we're counting each rows because we are grouping by the date given. So for example, April 2018, all the rows that has 2018, April 2018 is 127. All the rows with April 2019 is 124, and stuff like that. So like that's why it's called a group by. Now, where does having come in? Having is not like your where clause. Your where clause is a filter. Having is also a filter. But the difference between having The difference between having and your where is that your where is before your where comes is a filter, is a filter, normal filter, but the having is a filter that's used with aggregation, filter on aggregation, right? You filter on aggregation or with a group by. In other words, you only use your having when you have filtered, or rather when you have grouped by or performed an aggregate function like a count. So you can't filter with given. Let us see. Where given is greater than 100. So you see that there's an error. We can't filter by an aggregate function. So in other words, what we now do now is that we filter using having. Remember that having comes after the group by, right? It doesn't come after other by, it comes after the group by. So we see having given greater than 100. So you see it has filtered out every other rows that given is not greater than 100. So really that's just what having does. Having helps you filter after your group by. So you perform the group by on your table and you want to filter with that group by. When the group by is in effect, that's where having comes in. So I hope we have that clear. Like having is a filter, but it only comes in after you've had an aggregation done in your data. It could be that a sum or average or whatever, and then a group by. Right, that is where having comes in. Having doesn't come in the place of where comes in without or before your aggregation or your group by, whereas having comes in after you have group by or performed an aggregation. So let's take, for example, let's remove this having here and let's put a where clause here. So let's see where wow, where did given is equal to let's see, if I to do it, we can only do 1 month. Let's just do November 20. Only have that row returned, right? You see. But if you want to now filter by this our count function, this our get function, that's where having shines, right? So I hope you have that clear, right? So that's all for this video, and I'll meet us next time. In the next video you can practice with it, play with it, try several things that you're having. So that's how you learn, right? Just try out several things. Let's see, greater than 77. Yeah, cool, right? Okay, let's pick let's pick another group that we have here. Okay, this one we have here. Does it have enclosed here already? So this query here says select title views from projects or third data, group by title and views, having views less than 10,000. Let's make it 100,000. And title is like climate, as in has climate in it. Let's run this query, and then we have that where all the views are less than 100,000 and the climate and the title has climate within it. So this is where having shines, right? So you can just play around with it, right? See, we'll meet in the next video. All right, bye.